okay, in my previous video, I said I might have this same shirt on because I'll be coming back with another video. So I'm back. And I realized I have to film another video also, so I might have the same shirt on. When I'm in the mood to film, I film. So that's how y'all get y'all videos every other day like that. But this is the 10th, the next 20. This is the 10th day that I've been on this liquid diet. So this is the Equate Meal Replacement Shake. I got it at chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. The chocolate is the best thus far to me. It's French vanilla and then strawberry. All of them is really good, but chocolate is the best. So it is 4:33 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything all day. So, well, I haven't had anything all day because it's either smoothie, tea. See, I'm talking about this stuff. Smoothie, tea, shakes. These shakes really help though. Smoothie, tea, shakes. Plenty of water. What you call it? Popsicles, like fruit popsicles. So good. And I'm not really hungry, but I just realized I need something. And I'm going to the movies, so I need something. We going to the movies, and when we go to the movies, we usually go out to eat first. So I don't know. This might be the last day. Who knows? But I haven't really been hungry, but I have cravings. Like, I have a taste for spaghetti so bad. Buffalo wings, burgers, stuff like that. But this is so good. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the fashion doll that X was Kimberly Scott. Okay, so let's just get into the video. So shout out to Kimberly Scott. Hey girl, this is the fashion doll that X. She said, can you do a video on how you're able to travel a lot? She said, I think it's wonderful that you get out and travel. I love your personality. Stay sweet. Oh, thanks, girl. I'm always going to stay sweet. Yeah, so this is the video for her. I get asked that a lot, though. Not even with you guys. Like, I always get asked, how are you able to travel a lot? People think it's a scam. Like, my own dad think it's a scam. Like, people think it's a scam that I'm able to travel so often. Like, this, well, 2019 and this year, 2020, is the most I've ever traveled in my life. But I always was a traveler. I always traveled. So, let's go to my notes. So, about myself. So, since we're saying how am I able to travel a lot. So, okay. So, I'm 36. I'll be 37 in March. I'm single. I don't have any kids. Not saying that if you do have kids and you're in a relationship, you can't travel. But I'm speaking for myself. I'm single. I don't have any kids. The job that I was working at, I was with them for 12 years, a full-time job. I had personal time, vacation time, and my job, since I was with the company so long, they knew that even if I'm not traveling, I have a life outside of work. They knew that I go to parties or I have events and I have a life, basically. Like, I have a busy life. So they were more understanding, I want to say lenient, and they worked with me. Like, if I needed a day off, I'll request it. Or sometimes, like, growing into the company, I'll just schedule myself. I'll need off. And then if I have to talk with, like, a higher person, I'll let them know, like, this, I'm going this place. Always get 2 weeks in advance, months in advance. Never, like, a day in advance that I'm going somewhere. And they always work with me. Like, sometimes maybe I would have to switch something but I just had, like, those benefits where so I can travel. So they will work with me all the time. And even my girl Elle that I was just did the video on, that she wanted to know about the Chinese buffet. Like, I would always come in because she worked right next door to me, and I would always go in there, and they're like, we don't want to hear about where you going this time. You always traveling. Like, people always, like, they were playing around and stuff, but people always like, how do you travel so much? Like, I always get asked this. So this is like a long awaited video, I guess, because I mean, no one ever asked me to do a video on it. Like, I was thinking about doing it. It's funny that Kimberly asked me to do a video on it, because that same day I was just thinking, like, I should do a video on how to travel. Like, whenever I'm traveling, I do give y'all tips and stuff, like, on what to do, but I never really said how I'm able to travel. So that's like the back history. Like, I did have a job at the time. As y'all know, in June I stopped working, so I didn't have a job. I still don't have a job. I'm looking for work now, but I still have income coming in, and right now I'm basically my own boss. So basically, I'm still looking for work though, but what else? I'm trying not to forget anything. So I guess that's my backstory with me. And I'm going to say I know how to save my money, and I do have a bad spending habit. I do have a bad spending habit, but on the other side, I do know how to save money. And the number one key, I want to travel. Like, I want to go these places. Like, I want to travel. And when you want to do something, you're going to get it done. Like, I want to. Because it was a time in my life where, as though, sometimes when I used to go on vacation, like back in the day, I would vacation and I would just have like staycations, or I would just go to, because usually if it's in the summer, I'll usually just go to like amusement parks and stuff like that, or to the beach. I never would really travel like out of the country or far out of state. It would just be local. And I had a friend, she was like, why you don't never go, on your vacation? Like, why you don't never really travel? Like, and that's because, like, it wasn't in my mind, like, I really wanted to. Like, if you don't want to do something, you're not going to do it. Like, I really didn't want to do it like that. And then I see when I travel, people that X, like, oh, I'll go on this trip, or, let me know. And then you let them know, and you start telling them prices and stuff, and it's crickets. Like, they don't want to go, or they never get back to you. Like, I had people do this like recently, like they ask me, like jumping all in my conversation, all want to be when the next trip or something. You tell them, and then you don't hear from them. So you can't, and that's another thing, you can't like depend on other people. You got to keep it moving. You got to keep it pushing. So some people think just because they're not going that you're not going to go, like you're not going to travel just because they're not going. And that's not the case. With some people it is, but you can't let people hold you back from doing something that you want to do. So I want to do it. Like, back then, like years ago, I didn't really care. I would just take my vacation. Sometimes I would just stay home. I would have a staycation. I think staycations are sometimes like the best. You get to relax after working all that time, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, 40 hours or plus, long days, 13-hour shifts. You want to relax. So sometimes I used to break it up, have a staycation, and then some days I'll go somewhere, or maybe the whole vacation to be a staycation. And then once I started like traveling, like out of the country, my first out of the country trip was 2016. It was Jamaica. You couldn't tell me nothing. It was like a drug. They say, you know how they say when you get a tattoo, you want to keep on getting them? That wasn't the case for me. I got a tattoo and cried like a baby, didn't want to get it. Didn't want to get any more. But once I started traveling, once you go out of the country, it's like, once I got my passport, all bets was off. Like, I was out. Like, you couldn't keep me. And then I had my job. Like, I would just save. I would know that I'm going on a trip. And it would be a trip where though you making payments. So, that's all about me and myself. So, I'm going to go into how you're able to travel. So, number one, I'm going to say you have to have income. You have to have income coming in somewhere. Like, you have to have some kind of income to travel. Because traveling is going to cost money, right? So, you're going to have some kind of income. No matter what kind of income you got to have some kind of income. And that's what your job comes in. Whatever job you have, hopefully you have a job that you get vacation time, you get personal time, whereas though you're not, that you're getting paid to vacation, basically. You're getting paid for it. So, I'm going to say that's number two. A job that's have benefits, basically. A job that have benefits, and a job that's flexible with you. Like, now that I'm starting I'm starting the job force all over again. Like, I feel like I've been with my company for 12 years, so it's like I'm starting all over again in the workforce. So now that I'm going on interviews and stuff, I'm letting them know ahead of time that I love to travel. Like, when I'm dedicated to my work, like, I'm do a good job at work, but I do love to travel. And I do have a life outside of work, even though that I love my job. Like, I'm dedicated to my work, and I'm going to do a good job regardless. But I do need my time to travel, and it will always be like 2 weeks in advance or whatever y'all require, a month in advance, to let y'all know that I'm having a vacation coming up. And I let them know that I have vacations coming up already starting the job. So you have to let them know that, like, if you're just starting work or letting your job. One thing I do know is if you're starting a job and you let them know that you have a vacation in advance, there's nothing that they can do about it. Like, if they want to hire you, they have to give you that time off. Whether you're getting paid for it or not, they have to give you that time off so you can have your vacation, because you did let them know. Now, if you didn't let them know, that's on you, but you got to let them know. So I make sure I throw that out there. So a job that's flexible, like let them know that you do travel and all that. And then if you're taking a vacation, like you got to take your vacation anyway. You find out where you want to go. So number 3, I'm going to say you have to want to travel. Want to travel is wanting to travel. Like if you're going to save up for something that you want to do. You're going to put money aside for something you want to do. If you don't want to do that, it's not going to be something important to you. Like my one friend, she's scared to fly, and she's scared to fly. But when she was trying to get over her fear of flying, she said she was going to go on a vacation, but she felt as though she didn't have the funds to do it. She was thinking about other stuff. If you're thinking about other stuff that you're not going to be able to do it, you're never going to do it. Because if you want to travel, you're going to put money aside to do what you want to do. I know we have bills and all that, but if you want to live your life and still have a life outside of work and bills, and you always have some kind of money that you can put up and save for something. So say if you like to go to the movies, or you like to go to concerts, like she like to go to concerts a lot. Like I was telling her, like you like to go to concerts a lot. You would throw a lot of money on a concert, and now to me, I wouldn't do that because I can care less. I couldn't care less. That's the real term. If y'all didn't know, you're really supposed to say I couldn't care less, but everybody say I could care less. So I couldn't care less about, oh, we're getting too technical. I couldn't care less about like putting a whole bunch of money on a concert. Like I would rather invest in travel. Like that's my traveling money. Like clubs, like to go to a club, and like I'd rather not go to a club and put my money into a club. I'd rather save that money. That could be some of my spending money while I'm traveling. Like everything in my mind is like traveling. What else? Like what else people like to do? Say if people smoke cigarettes, or well, I can't even put that in there because somebody smokes cigarettes, they go pay for their cigarettes. But stuff like that, like little stuff. If you smoke cigarettes, if you smoke, you usually get 2 packs out of your money that you save for. Get 1 pack if you plan on traveling, and put that money aside. Or whatever you like to do, or whatever you think that's not that much important, and you want to travel with something that was really important to you, and you're trying to start traveling. Leave that alone and put most of the money towards traveling. Basically, I'm saying is, if you want to do something, you're going to do it. Basically, that's all in a nutshell. Because I felt as though, even though, I mean, some people that's scared of flying and all that, I mean, you can say like, oh, it's not this, it's not that, but you really don't know how they feel. Like, I had to think about that. Like, it's nothing to me because I'm so used to doing it. Even when I was like a little skeptical when I first got on my first plane when I was 18 to Disney World, like I was a little scared, but once I got on, it was nothing. But she, to the point, she act like she really can't go, but she was to the point where as though she was about to, but then she started thinking about funds and all that. And I was there before. Like I used to think like, but I need money for this, and and that was at the time when so I really didn't care about traveling. Like I didn't care to go. Like I really didn't care. I was going to go just because somebody wanted me to go, but I really didn't care to go. And that's how I feel like she feels. Like she really don't care to go. Like she might want to go, but it's not something like that she really wants to do, basically. So if you really don't want to do something, you're not going to do it, basically. So you have to want to do this. So I want to travel and I'm going to do it. So savings. You have to know how to save your money. Like that's all what I was just saying, like saving. If you put money aside into another account or just in your savings account. Like I don't even have a separate, everybody think I got this whole separate vacation stash or vacation money, but I don't. Like the money that's in my savings, like I just won't touch that. And like say if I want a certain amount that I know I'm going to travel with, I would just transfer that or take some money out and put it aside like that. However you want to do it. You can take money out, save $1 a day, save $5 a day. Let your money stack up or save it in the bank. However you save, do it that way. Stop doing, if you go, say you have night out with the girls every week, cut that down. You know, you save and save up for it. If you go out to dinner so much, stop going out to dinner. Cook. Save your money. Like, do stuff that you, stuff that you normally do. Try to cut it down and put that money towards your savings. Like I gotta slow down. Like I'll be trying to rush it. All right, let me slow down. Let me drink some more. So now, if y'all would ask my cousin that traveled with, he got tired of people asking him, dang, you go on vacation so much. How are you able to travel so much? Like, everybody would keep on asking him that. And he just was like, I got money. Like, he just said, I got money. That's how. Like, what else they gonna say? Like, you got money. So, like, that's just rude. He was just don't do that. But he got tired of people asking him. And I understand that people want to know, like, how are you able to travel so much? But some people just don't know. And since I got this platform, I'd rather say it on my platform and let people know. So, deals. Next step. You got to know how, if you don't have a travel agent, I'm my own travel agent. I do have a travel agent, but shout out to my travel agent, Camille. And Miss Lanice also. But I do have a travel agent. I do have travel agents, and I do, my travel agents, I usually use them for like cruises and stuff like that. But I'm my own travel agent. Me and my cousin were our own travel agents, basically. And I was trying to get into like the workforce with I still am like with with a travel agency. Like, I would love to do that because it's something I love to do. I love to travel. Anything that's with fashion, I love fashion. So that's just me. So those are the fields. Anything that got to do with like paperwork and printing and stuff like that, office work, I love stuff like that. So anything I love to do, that's what I'm going to go into. But you have to know how to pick the deals. You have to know how to search for what you want. Say, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. The trip that we had to Atlanta. So, okay, so we knew we wanted to go to Atlanta. This trip was really reasonable. Really reasonable. First of all, this is not always going to happen, but my cousin, he had vouchers for the airline that we took. He had vouchers. So he was able to use those vouchers for us and get us really cheap airline tickets. So we decided like how many people we wanted to go. So it was supposed to be 5 of us. It ended up being 4 of us. So we had to figure out what Airbnb to get. So that's another thing, another key tip. When you're traveling in groups, I wouldn't say if it's just 2 people, but if it's in groups like 3 to 4 or more, get an Airbnb versus a hotel because you'll save a lot more money. You split all of 4 people and you divide it by 4 and it's going to be dirt cheap. So say our Airbnb was like 400 and something. You split that by 4 people, you're going to have like 100 and something, and that's nothing. Like, to us, that's nothing. Like $100 and some change a piece. That's for the house. Okay, that's taken care of. The house taken care of. The airplane. This is the cheapest we ever got airline tickets in our life. We got a round trip ticket for $60. Where you find it at? $60, and that's only because he had vouchers. But usually our airfare is $200 and up, like $200 plus, like $200 plus, or $300 plus, which is not really nothing either. So you factor in the airline ticket, you're paying like $300 or something. You save for that, or use that out of one paycheck you have, $300 something. Split that. You know you got to take $300 and something out of your paycheck. Okay, that's your airplane ticket. Try to look for your airplane ticket Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. It's usually cheaper. Sometimes it's not. But those are the good times to look for it. The prices go down. Go to, what is it called? This app, Hopper. It lets you know when flights are going up and down. Go on Expedia.com. My cousin, he do, what is it called? Fly something? I don't know, but I'm saying what I do. So I usually go to Expedia and look into how much it's going to be. And then I'll go to the original website, whatever airline it is, and see how much it is. And see how much it's going to cost later or something like that. They'll usually tell you if it's going to go up later or go down later. So $300 something. So that's nothing. So factor that in. That whole trip probably what, $400 and something. That's just for Atlanta. That's a 5-day trip. That's not bad at all. So that's one trip. Okay, now out of the country trips, some of those trips be like 400 plus or 400 or something. And we know we do, even though we go back to back like that, how can I explain it? It's a lot of us, so when we know we split it, it's going to be cheap regardless. Now, say if we're doing them trips like we're doing trips months in advance, like cruises and all-inclusive vacations, like our all-inclusive vacation. I told y'all how much that was for Cancun. Like, that was a monthly payment. Like, it was booking.com. Like, they're really good. Like, if you want to go on an all-inclusive vacation, or like a family vacation, or a vacation with a group of people, or just you and your significant other, go to booking.com. Like, they have great deals. Sometimes you can put like $1 down, and then your payment monthly will be like 300. Like, it was like, how many of us was it? 1, 2, 3. It was 4 of us. So our monthly payments was like $800, but we split it between all 4 of us, so it was nothing. So we were paying that off and everything like that, and it was all inclusive, all you can drink, all you can eat. You paid for all that, so it wasn't bad. And it was like over months span. Like, it was like over a 6 to 7 month span. But say if you're going on vacation, like how we vacation, every month we've been on a vacation. We know, okay, while we on this vacation, we're already booking our next trip. Like, at the Airbnb, we'll be looking at planes, airfare tickets, and airfare prices and Airbnb prices and stuff like that. We'll try to factor in how much it's going to cost. We'll divide it and see how much it's going to be with all of us. Make sure everyone want to go. And that's how you do it. Like, you got to have your savings together and find good deals, know how to do it. But if you're doing a hotel, you can always find good hotels at booking.com, because with booking.com, most of the hotels you don't have to pay until you get there. Say if it's like a year, you only have to pay. You could save for a whole year. Then once you get to the hotel, you pay then. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I got to pay the hotel right away. Because I've done that plenty of times. Just save for it. And whoever going with me, just have their money. I'll save their money. And once we get to the hotel, we pay like that. Or sometimes they'll take it out 2 days before. You'll have it in your account, and they'll just take it out 2 days before you're about to go. But you don't have to worry about it. Like, you're saving for it. Like, you already know what to expect. You know the money. And you got to factor in your spending money. Like, it depends on where you're going. You got to think, like, how much spending money would you need? If you doing it all-inclusive, you really don't need much spending money, especially if you're not going off the resort. Sometimes everything is there for you. You don't even have to go off the resort. Like, everything was there for us. We didn't have to go off the resort, but we are explorers. We like to explore and do excursions and stuff like that. Yeah, you got to factor in excursions. Some excursions like $60 or less, depending on what you want to do. Factor in that. Factor in food if it's not all-inclusive. If it's all-inclusive and you want other food, factor in that. And factor in souvenirs. And that's another thing. I stopped getting, so I used to get, like, when I first started traveling, everyone would get a souvenir. And that was like adding up to like $100 or more. Now, nobody really gets souvenirs. Sometimes I don't even come back to bring my mom anything. And that's only because I travel so much. Like, I traveled everywhere. Now, it's somewhere out of the country and I know something that she might like. Of course, I'm going to get it. Even if it's just a keychain or something. But if it's somewhere like out of state or something like that, I'm not going to keep on getting everyone souvenirs. Like, that's a big thing I stopped doing. Now, if you want to get souvenirs, just factor in how much you're going to pay for that. But I've been stopped getting that. That saves me. Like, that's became my spending money now. Like, I stopped doing all that. People don't be bringing me nothing back up. No. But anywho, yeah. So, where was I? So all of that, just factor in all that. So say if you go into Atlanta, you know you want, like our Atlanta trip, it was basically like food places. We knew we wanted to go to all these extravagant restaurants, all these restaurants that's known for having good food. So we factor in our food and the tips that we're going to have to pay, and we usually get a car. So you got to factor in if you're going to get a rental car, and everyone splits it. Like if you have like 4 or 3 people, we all going to split it. So you got to factor in gas. We're all splitting gas. And the thing about us, we split everything down the middle. Like no one pays more than the next person. Everything is split down the middle. Gas be like, once it's split down the middle, like $6 a piece, $10 a piece, $6 a piece for everyone for splitting gas, which is nothing. $6 a piece. And then the car only was like $16 per person. For the not the entire time we was there, because we didn't get the car until 3 days later. But even when we're going other places out of the country, the car used to be like maybe like $40 to $60 per person, and that's not bad. Thinking you're going to be there 5 days or more, or 4 days, and you getting to go everywhere you want to go. That's not bad. So the whole trip, let's factor in the car, let's factor in the Airbnb, the airfare, spend the money. I'm going to say maybe like $500 to $700, maybe $500 to $700. But you save for that. Like, you got to know all that before you go. Like, now we just said, because when we get to the places, we decide whether we're going to have a car or not. Now we're just going to factor in the car with the payment, with the Airbnb and all that stuff. We're going to factor in that, so it won't be no surprise payments with everyone. Thank God everyone do have the money at the time when we do decide what we're going to do, because we were either going to do Uber anyway. We know we have the money for it, but we're going to start factoring all that before you even go on your vacation, so you won't have no surprise payments. Factor in when you get to the airport, if your luggage is overweight, try to always have another bag with you, or at least space in your personal items, so you can take some stuff out and put in your bag, so you won't have to pay that extra fee, $100 with some airlines. And I'm never paying that. Like, I never had to pay that, thank God. I always make sure I have an extra bag or space in my personal bag to put the items in. And usually the people, they usually work with you. They let you step to the side and take your stuff out, and they weigh it again, and you don't have to pay any extra money. Factor in what else is surprised at the those payments, and just make sure you had like some airlines when you got to pay your bags online. Like, make sure you did pay your bags. Like, my friend had a problem with her bags and stuff when she got to the airport. She had to pay extra money at the airport because she thought she paid her bags online, but she didn't. Like, you got to factor in all that stuff. Make sure you have all your ish together, because you don't want any surprise at the airport when it's hustle and bustle, rush, and you rushed and you just pay the money. You don't want to be spending extra money like that. Like, factor in all those kind of things. Any kind of incidents that you think might happen, like, put money aside for that. But yeah. And the next thing is travel buddies. Try to find a travel group that you know not gonna back out and definitely gonna stick with traveling with you and everything like that. So try to find someone that's consistent with traveling, whether it be family, friends. You can find travel groups online and stuff, and y'all work together to save y'all money and do all the steps that I'm telling you to do, and you will start traveling. But you have to want to do it. Like, find people. I haven't traveled by myself yet, but even if you that bold and you want to travel by yourself, and you're not afraid to travel by yourself now. I'm scared to travel by myself. Now, I traveled by myself to go to a destination with friends, with my friend, but I never travel by myself and stayed somewhere by myself. Like, I'm not there yet. So, yeah, I've traveled to go somewhere to meet up with people by myself, but not to stay in a hotel or anything by myself. You got to be safe too. Traveling, and then that's another thing, how to be safe. She just wanted to know, how am I able to travel? So I don't even have to go into like being safe and all that. That's a whole nother video, things to do while traveling, because I didn't want this video to be as long. So I'm just trying to break down, how am I able to travel? I have travel buddies. Wait, I have an income coming in. I had a flexible job. I want to travel. I have savings. I get deals. I have my travel squad that I travel with. Sometimes it's usually the same people. Sometimes it rotates. Some of them might not go, and another person may go. Always let the people know how good the deals is. That's going to make somebody want to travel with you. And how to travel smart. Basically, what I'm saying is how to travel smart. That all fits in with everything. Like, traveling smart is basically knowing what you're going to have to spend before you get there, doing your research, knowing the restaurants you want to go to, even if you got to look up the prices, how much it's going to be, the Airbnb, all that stuff. Like, let the people know what not to do and everything at the Airbnb, so y'all won't have any kind of incidental charges or anything like that. So you want to set everything straight right then and there. But I think I said everything. I think that was everything on my list, but I think I said everything. I let y'all know about me, how I am able to travel. Oh, now my allergies starting to act up. But yeah, that's how I'm able to travel. Like, I have income coming in. I'm single. I don't have any kids. And a lot of times a lot of people have kids, they don't have babysitters, or they don't want to travel with their kids. And usually when you want to travel, you usually don't travel with your kids. Some people travel with their kids. Sometimes when you have a spouse, like I have a cousin, sometimes her spouse, her boyfriend, he don't want her to go out of the country or go on trips and stuff. So she has to think about, he don't want to go, he don't want her to go, so then she don't go. So you got to think about stuff like that. People that hold you back from trips, let those people go. Try to find new people to go on trips with. Go by yourself if you're bold enough to go by yourself. But you have to want to, the key thing is you have to want to travel. If you don't want to travel, you're not going to do it. You might think you want to go. You might think, oh, I want to go. But when people start giving you the prices, or people start doing, you might not want to spend that on traveling. You might not want to do it. Because it might sound good. Like a lot of people I know, it sounds good to them. And they see us doing it. And it looks fun. Like they living through us. They seeing us doing it. They really want to go. They talk about that. Why we didn't invite them. One thing I hate about a person is a no invite person. Like no invite, or why you didn't invite me. Because those be the, and I said it. I got a thing on my status like years ago. I hate a no invite. This is verbatim. I hate a no invite person. Why you didn't let me know? Why you didn't tell me? Because y'all be the main ones that don't go. Like, basically, period. Like, but yeah, I hate those type of people that say they want to go or want to do something, or always want to be in something but don't go. Like they be the main ones that don't go. But yeah, you gotta want to go. And I hate those people that think they're forced to go. Don't think you're forced to go on a trip. And then I hate those people that don't say yes or no. Just say yes or no. You're either going or you're not. Don't make excuses. Or people that think they can go and they can't. Like, you already know you can't go, but you trying to think you can go. Like, yeah, get those people out. Just leave those people alone. But yeah. But anywho, I hope I said everything. If y'all want another video, a part 2, if y'all want detail, more in detail, if I didn't get everything, I hope I answered your question, Kimberly Scott, I think. Let me make sure I got her name right. I hope I answered your question on how I'm able to travel. Let me see. I believe it was Kimberly Scott. Kimberly Scott, yes. Yeah, Kimberly Scott. So I hope I answered your question. How am I able to travel so much? That's what she said. How am I able to travel so much? Yeah. Because, I mean, people probably able to travel, but people probably wonder how am I able to travel so much? But now y'all see. I saved my money. I have my travel group. And now the reason why I'm able to travel so much now, like I was able to travel when I was working, but I wasn't able to travel. Well, let the people that tell it, even when I was working, they said I traveled so much, but this is the most I ever traveled. Like I traveled a lot then, but this is like absurd. Like even I was thinking like, damn, we really doing this like every month. But that's because once I stopped working, I'm like, shoot. And I had the money, like I got the income, like I'm gonna do it. Like I don't have anyone to answer to. Like I don't have to say, oh, I gotta work this day. I was just out every month. Like I'm living my life. I'm living my best life. So I'm like, I can travel, I can do it. I got it. I'm going. Like when the next trip. That's how I was. And that's how I am. But now that I'm starting to get back in the workforce, like now I'm ready to go back to work. Like I've been ready to go back to work. Like I gotta go to work. And like I started the gym and all that. Y'all know I've been going to the gym because I wasn't working. I need something to keep me active. But yeah, I hope I said everything. But the reason why I'm able to travel so much is because it was weird that I stopped working and I'm able to travel so much. But yeah, I have the free time to travel basically, and I have the funds to do it. Like I saved for it. Like I saved that money for it. And another thing, when the company that I was working for, when they closed, I knew that they were closing, so I had money. I had the time to save my money to prepare for it. I didn't know I was going to be traveling. I knew I was going to be traveling, but I didn't know I was going to be traveling as much, because I always loved to travel. But like I said, it wasn't something that was like really big, like to travel out of the country. Like that wasn't something really that I wanted to do way back when. But now I do, and I hope I answered your question. So if y'all like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know all my videos are coming out. Share this video so someone else can see how am I able to travel and how they can travel. If I can do it, y'all can do it. If y'all want to travel, and if y'all want to travel with me, let me know. Leave me a comment or email me. My email and everything is in the description. If y'all want to get down with, but y'all got to be ready. If y'all want to travel with me, y'all got to be ready. Don't come to me if you're not ready. You have to be ready. And try to get over your fears. Like, I'm scared of dogs, so I can't tell somebody, oh, you got to get over that fear, because I got a fear of dogs, so I know. But leave me a comment. Let me know how y'all like this video. I hope I answered everyone's questions. I hope this video helped at least one person. Yeah, till next time. Love you guys, y'all. Bye, my fashion house. Bye, y'all.